Good morning, Tehmina Khan is here in TK Maths is Fun. In today's video, we will start the lesson on binomial distribution. So there will be 5 to 6 videos to cover the entire lesson. So first video is on the condition and what is binomial distribution and one example of its application. So let's start, but let me tell you one thing. Here are the QR codes of all my videos I have made on P1 and S1, so you can access to them and learn more maths. Binomial distribution is a part of the syllabus of A-level mathematics S1, AS level. So what is a binomial distribution? To explain this, I will explain this tree diagram question to you, because then you can connect your understanding with year 11 maths. So a coin is tossed so that the probability of obtaining a head. Achha, by the way, it is a biased coin. Otherwise, head has chance 1/2 and tail has chance 1/2 to appear when you toss it. But right now, because it is a biased, the probability of getting head is 0.7. So I can say probability of head is 0.7 and probability of tail is what? 1 minus 0.7, which is 0.3. Now what happened? You are tossing it. I'm talking about part 1 first. You are tossing it 3 times. Exactly 2 heads you have to obtain. So what is the probability of getting 2 heads? Right? So suppose it is a result of first toss, head and tail. Now I'm going to the second toss. This is connected to your previous knowledge, right? Every time the probability of happening is same, that is not changing. So if you get head first time, then second time you have either head or tail. But if you have tail first time, then these are the chances. You know tree diagram. Similarly, in the third toss, this is the outcome, head tail, or maybe from here head tail, because with each branch we say. And similarly in the last case, the question says exactly 2 head. So now if I see branch wise, these are 2 head, so I should take this one. Third one is here, 2 head and 1 tail. What are the other possibilities? I can take this one also, because it will be, let me change the color, head, tail, head. I need only 2 heads, right? Or what is the last option I have? Tail, head and head. So now if I want to check their probability, what will I do? I will multiply along the branches, right? 0.7, 0.7 and 0.3. In this case, 0.7, 0.3, 0.7, right? Condition is 2 head, that's all. So this into this and this into this. So these are the possibility, and if you add up these results, you will get the probability of exactly 2 heads in 3 tosses. Now I don't want to draw the diagram, right? So what I will do, I will write these cases: head, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, head. Because it is 3 tosses, it is very easy to figure it out. And similarly, you can write down the probabilities here. And then you can see one thing: 0.7 is happening 2 times and 0.3 1 time in each case. Can you notice this thing? So if I want to concise this, I can say 3 times 0.7 square times 0.3, and I will get the answer. Now let's see if there are 6 tosses and exactly 2 heads. Do you think tree diagram will help? It will become cluster at the end, very difficult. So now we are coming towards the concept, okay, how to do it without it. So now exactly 2 heads in 6 tosses. Here is one arrangement done for you: 2 heads and 4 tails, because 2 head is my condition. But in which order it will happen, that I don't know. So in one of the case, if I write down the probability for one of the case, which is like this, what will be my answer? This is 0.7, 0.7 and these are 0.3. You will write it like this. How many 0.7? power 2. And how many 0.3? Power 4. You see, I'm not writing answer. I'm trying to connect it with the power. So we have seen this is the possibility of one arrangement, but there are so many. Now I cannot write because I can miss out. I can make mistake, right? Because there are multiple cases. So we have learned in permutation and combination that if we have to select certain number from the total, what do we use? Absolutely right. You use NCR, which means total are n and you have to select 2. So similarly, you have to choose 2 from 6. So this is the meaning of it. 6 C2. You can use calculator or you can use like this. Simple. It means there are 15 ways. If you have to write one by one all the cases, there are 15 such cases, right? So if you have to select exactly 2, what will you do? Because this was for one case, so I will simply multiply this by 15. Yes or no? 0.7 square times 0.3 power 4 times 15. This is what is written here. So what did we get at the end? It is 6C2 times 0.7 square times 0.34. And we had to calculate what? 2 from the total tosses, 6. This is telling you total tosses. And this is the probability of happening it. Now I'm giving you 30 seconds and you write down for 16 tosses with 10 heads, right? Rather than drawing diagram, make use of this concept which I have explained to you here in this box and then write it down. Okay, your time, and I'm showing it so you can put the video on pause. So it is x is equals to 10 and total are 16. So this thing is 16C10 and 0.7 is the power of, is the probability of head. It will happen 10 times and remaining tails will 6 times. So this is how you will calculate. So this is the example of binomial situation. Now I will connect it with the binomial, right? The formula you have already driven here. But now let me tell you. Number one thing, for the binomial, in which condition you will apply it, there are 4 conditions. So whenever the question comes, you see either these 4 conditions satisfies or not. Because sometimes question says, state any 2 conditions which satisfy the binomial distribution in this situation. Number one thing, there should be fixed number of trials. For example, in the above cases, we were taking 3 times toss, 10 time toss, 16 time toss, whatever. So number of times the experiment is happening should be fixed. Trials are independent. Each trial result is failure or success. So what was happening in the above example? Toss में head or tail, 2 outcomes only. And the probability of head and tail was not changing every time. It remained the same. And the probability of success is also constant in each trial. So these are the 4 conditions you must know by heart and you should be able to mention it. This is the way we write the distribution of binomial. B stands for binomial. So when it is like this, N represents number of trials, P represents proportion of success. What does this mean? Success here in the above experiment was the number of heads you get. So you were talking about head. So that's why that probability will come here. So if I write the same question again here, I can say, for example, 6 tosses, number of head is 0.7. And what is the probability that I get exactly 2 heads? So this question would become 6C2. My P is 0.7 to 0.3. 6 minus 2 is 4. Or in general, NCR, PR, Q, N minus R, when your X is equals to R and your binomial is NP. So this is whole about it, right? So the same thing is written here, but I have already explained it to you over there. Now I will take a question in which I will apply it, right? Here is the question. I have already solved it, but I want you to try it out. 60% customers pay by credit card. Sample is of 12 customers. So you will write the binomial distribution first. I'm solving part 1 for you. You will do 2 also, okay? Just giving you hint, then I will show you stepwise. So first thing I will write from the first 2 line is that it is 12 total number of customers, and the probability that they will pay by credit card is 0.6. And I have to find out that exactly 7 of them have paid by credit card. So according to formula, it will be 12 C7, because total 12, 7 have to pay by card. This is the probability that they pay by card, and 1 minus 0.6 is 0.4. 12 minus 7 is what? 5. And then you can use calculator and you can solve it. Part 2 you try, and then I will show you the solution, okay? It is saying at least. Achha, by the way, when the word at least comes, 3 is included, because this is the mistake I have noticed. Fewer than 5 mean less than 5, but greater than equals to 3. This is the meaning of at least 3. So which probability you will calculate? 3 included and 4. That's all. 5 is not part of it. So basically you will calculate for x equals to 3 plus x equals to 4 and apply this binomial formula on both. Instead of 7, now you will write 3 and 4. So let's see here. You will have 1 question or 2 questions in exam, so please try to write each and every step. I usually write like this in the MF19. It will be given to you like this formula, so it is written in both ways. So you should understand what does it mean. Okay. And it is always recommended before writing your final answer in 3 significant figure, write above it the answer in 4 or 5 decimal places, so that one can see that you have correctly rounded it off to 3 significant figure. And then you can add this up. So thank you very much for watching the video. You have any clarification, if any clarification is required, you can write it in the comment. Thank you very much. Please share it with your friends and press like and subscribe button. It really encourages me. Take care. Allah Hafiz.